Ladies and gentlemen, we meet again towards Parashat Acharemot and Kedoshim, and we're going to look at a few words from Acharemot, a few words from Kedoshim, and try to put them together and learn something which has got a lot to do with the war that's going already for a year and a half, and it's got to do with the fact we're traveling from Yom Ha'atzmaut on our way to Yom Yerushalayim. Let's look at just a few words. Parashat Acharemot has an interesting pasuk which warns us to keep all the mitzvot u'shmartem et chukotai v'et mishpatai asher yaseh otam ha'adam. We have to keep all the rules and all the mitzvot that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us. V'chai b'hem. V'chai b'hem. Chai is to live. B'hem is in them. We have to live in them. What does it mean to live in them? So there are different perushim to v'chai b'hem. Says Rashi, v'chai b'hem le'olam haba. It'll give us life for the world to come. If we keep mitzvot in this world, then we will have in the world to come a life we will have a possibility to live in the world to come. In fact, the word chayim in Hebrew is a double language, it's plural. Like yadayim means 2 hands, and raglayim means 2 feet, and shu'ayim means 2 weeks. So chayim means 2 lives. We have life in this world, and we have life in the world to come. And since we don't live in this world forever, so the promise v'chai b'hem means you keep the mitzvot, you'll get life to the world to come. However, the Ramban explains that we already have in this world many advantages from keeping Torah and mitzvot. We have social justice. We have the whole system of chesed, of doing good to each other, having a proper, healthy society. So we do have a lot to gain from doing mitzvot in this world. But actually, there are different levels of understanding this v'chai b'hem as a reward. So what is the possible reward? Why should we keep the rules? Because v'chai b'hem, because of the reward of life. So there is a lower level which is getting reward in this world that we're giving, we're getting the advantages and the reward in different ways in our current world. The higher level of motivation is to believe, like Rashi, in the world to come, and we are motivated even if we don't get to see any advantage from keeping it in this world. We'll get advantages in the world to come. And then the Rambam talks about even a higher level of capital, of noble hasher. That means we're motivated, or we do the right thing because we believe the right thing is ultimately the right thing to do, and that gives us life of meaning, whether it's this world, whether it's the world to come. We live in a world of meaning because we are connected to the truth. V'chai b'hem, we're living in them. In chayei olam natah b'tochenu, in the world of Torah that is planted within us. So that is a way of looking at it. However, let's look for a moment from a halachic perspective, as the Gemara in Yuma talks about, v'chai b'hem v'lo she'yamut b'hem, which means we have to live in this world, and we don't have to die in this world. That means we don't have to die to keep mitzvot. Any mitzvah that needs to be done, which is life endangering, so we don't do it because it's life endangering. We refrain from anything which is life endangering, even when we have to do mitzvot. Except for 3. There are 3 exceptions to the rule. We know that avodah zarah, idol worship, if we are forced to do idol worship, we give our life and we do not do idol worship. The second is sexual misconduct, but that we're not allowed to do it. We're forced to do it, so we prefer giving our life and not being involved in this. And the third one is murder. We cannot murder others to save our own life. We have our life. We have to take care of our life. And if we're forced to kill another Jew, so we prefer being killed than killing another Jew. However, having said that, let's go a bit further. It was frankly clear. Is there a positive mitzvah? Is there any positive mitzvah that you can endanger your life in order to do that mitzvah? Chazal seem to only say the three negative mitzvot: idolatry, murder, and sexual misconduct. But is there positive mitzvah? There's only one, which is kibush haaretz, which is got to do with fighting for the land. Fighting for the land. The Ramban explains to us, "Vorashtem et haaretz v'yishartem ba," means we have to capture the land and settle it. So that two mitzvot here, one is capturing the land, the other one is settling it, and it is dangerous. And it is dangerous. It's dangerous. Capturing the land is dangerous because any war you have people falling from both sides, and settling the lands. And sometimes it's dangerous. Sometimes there are different diseases, sometimes different difficulties. But we are allowed to endanger our life to capture and settle this land. And therefore, the Midrash says that settling the land of Israel is the greatest mitzvah possible. Why is it the greatest mitzvah possible? Because if all mitzvot are put aside because of igrat nefesh, because of endangering life, and endangering life is being put aside in order to settle the land, so settling the land is more important than all the other mitzvot together. That is the logic of Rav Kook pointed out. Judge Twain, this idea that settling the land is a greater mitzvah than any other mitzvah. So this is something amazing. We have to look at our soldiers with a different light. But there's an additional point that we have to look at our soldiers with a special light. Because of Parshas Kedoshim and Parshas Kedoshim, there's a mitzvah lo ta'amod al dam ge'ef. You cannot stand idle when the blood of your fellow Jews is being spilt. And again, our soldiers, what are they doing? They're fighting. Why? Because we're being attacked. So all what we're doing, we are defending. The Israel Defense Force is a defense force because we're defending ourselves, being attacked in Gaza, being attacked in the north, being attacked in different areas in Israel. We're being attacked and we cannot stand idle. And not standing idle, that's another mitzvah that you can endanger your body, your danger, your life. So if we look, I introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, to look at our soldiers that gave their life for Yerushalayim, our soldiers who gave their life in Gaza and throughout Jewish history. Jewish history, that soldiers went out to war and lost their life. They were involved in the biggest mitzvah possible, which is capturing the land, settling it, and not standing idle in the sight of seeing other Jews being killed. And that is what it's all about. That is the greatness. If all our soldiers and our fallen soldiers, and therefore each and every one of our fallen soldiers, we see him as such a tzaddik, as great tzadikim that actually had Mesiut Nefesh, that gave their life for the only mitzvahs that one is allowed to give their life, to give your life for. Shabbat Shalom, we should be zokeh, not to need all these wars. We want to be zokeh, not to have to give our life for this mitzvah. But this mitzvah is so important that even if we have to give our life, so be it. Shabbat Shalom.